doing? Peace and love. I'm so excited today. I'm so excited because I have some great news. And by the way, I'm your boy, Administrator White. On this show, we're going to be talking about what they've done to us for as taking our language and our mind away. And we're going to be presenting to you something that's never been done before and never been seen. For the first time in over 230 years, within a 430-year model that we've been, taken from our natural environment and habitat from our ancestor days. Everybody knows that. We have been given a new language. And the new language is a blessing from God. Let me show you something. This book here is called A New Language for New Black Men in America. I'm here to advertise this book to you because it is something that we talked about from the 60s all the way up until the early 90s. And not only that we talked about having our own language and that they took our language from us, but we also talked about educating ourselves. All right, now, the proper word for this, or the new name for it, is Celestial Ithaca. It is an educational workbook. It helps you to understand your true nature and your true language that's been given to you today. We're not talking about the old Egyptian, or like some of you like to say, the true Israelites. We're not talking about those of the past. It's not being supported by God for us. What's being supported for us now in this day and time is the Celestial Ithaca, or a new language for a new black man in America. Let me bring this up a little closer so y'all can see it. Yes, Lord. Alright, now, I'm going to be projecting this book off and on. But right now, I'm going to talk to your mind. Alright, now, here we have, in this day and time, a language that we speak, which is English. Been speaking it for over 200 years. But it's not our true language, and it's not our true mind. For language, is the projection of the thought that's in your mind. They coincide together. You can't have one without another. It's either mind, It's just mind and language. Thought and talk. Point blank. Right now, I have been projecting this book to a lot of you. And a lot of you, like it. And some of you say, let me say this to you. Which of the blessing of God would you deny? When God turned his eyes upon you now, then you turn your back? You cold-blooded. But anyways, I'm just here to let you know that this book, A New Language for a New Black Man in America, is published today. You can find this book on Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon.com, or Kindle. You'll find this book for $8.60. That's a drop in it because we want to make it more affordable for you. Now I'm going to open up the book and let you see some of the things that's in the book. It's a beautiful introduction, but we're going to take a glimpse at your language. Now, this is your language. This is the foundation of your language, which is called the Celestial alphabet. You see? Now, trust me, it's not a language that can be traced to the Middle East. It's not a language that can be traced to the Far East. It's not a language that can be traced to Europe. Of course, none of South America and none of the islands. And it definitely can't be traced to no African country on that continent. None. It is totally new, totally you. This came straight from God, from the heavens to you. As it says, a new language for a new black man in America. You see, no other people have this language nor can speak this language. You'll be the first. Now let me ask you this here. Why is it that everyone on this planet has a language? except us. Of course, we know ours were taken from us, right? Of course, we know that. Okay, since our language has been taken from us, and the blessing of God, you know what I'm saying, was given to us for a new language, which he made his promise to our ancestors 430 years ago, plus, that he will return and give us our blessing for what we endured. And now this time it's upon us. Now you like to speak his language and you speak other people's language. What about your own that God give you? You want equality and justice? You begging somebody else? Marching for equality and justice? Nobody can give you equality. And through equality, you get justice. You can't beg a man to give you equality because he can't give it to you. He didn't get equality from himself or no one else. God gave it to him. Matter of fact, God gave equality to all people upon this planet, all races, all different fashions of people on this planet, except you until now. And however they receive the equality and justice, how God wanted them to receive it, that's how they receive it. You only have to pick up a book to receive yours. No bloodshed, no fighting, none of that. None of those things that were said in the past, you know what I'm saying, which was intellectual, but in this day and time, it's not true. Yours is just simply open up a book. That's how easy it is for you. That's how God allow you to get your equality. You can march, you know what I'm saying, for 200 more years. To somebody that you think that's going to give you equality and justice, but he cannot. He's not the owner of equality, nor the owner of justice. And 200 years should have showed you, let's not only talk about 400 years plus. The only way you can get equality and justice if God gives it to you. Nobody else can give you that. Only God can give you equality and justice. And he's delivered this to you. See, the Amen Ashib, Amen Ra. See, the author of the book. That is his pen name or attribute. More so an attribute. Alright, now, I'm at Minister White. Now, I can say this here. The Amen Ashib, Amen Ra. He ain't claimed to be your leader, nor your teacher, nor your prophet. He is, to you, the Amen Ashib, Amen Ra, the co-creator. I said the co-creator because through God, from God, through him, this is what we get. You got to have a man or woman in the physical world to bring the physical things to you. But the thought, the idea, the mind, the vibration, all that come from God. Now, I'm not promoting no type of religious book. This is far from a religious book. This is an educational book. See, this book is an educational book. It's far from a religious book. You see, but it has spiritual qualities because it came from God. See, we're not asking for anybody's religion. All that, your own. Now, I talked to people before about this book. Some people, you're amazing. I mean, like, some people just have some wild thought ideas and whatnot. They've been, you know what I'm saying, been transferred to this logic of thought of the European man. That when God brings you something, you cannot even accept it. You can't even accept it. And if you can't accept what God gives you, then you're totally lost. No help is there for you. Because I'm just letting you know, no man on the face of the earth can give you what you ask for. Only God can. And all you Europeans and other, you know what I'm saying, ethnicity. Let them know that when God gives them something, it is a blessing to them to evolve them. Because you had got the same thing. However you had to do it, you still evolve from it. Don't sit back and just watch them reject it and don't say anything to them. Because you see them, you say something when they marching and crying, wailing and gashing the teeth, you say something then. Look at them and they should be doing that and, you know what I'm saying, this and that. Y'all say a whole bunch of things when they start doing all that. But you won't say nothing to, you know what I'm saying, me instruct them or lead them to a path that will enable them to get what they ask for or want. And they want freedom, justice, inequality. And they can't get it by any human being on the face of the earth. It just cannot happen. And you cannot prove me wrong. I've got 430 years of experience on you, and you don't. You'll keep on doing the same thing. March until you have to buy new shoes. Yeah, so Education Nation, this is what God wants you to have. A new language for a new black man in America. The Celestial Ithaca. God wants to speak to you in the language that He chose for you. And He wants you to speak to Him in the language that He chose for you. It's just simple. Simple as pie. All right, now, I want to get into a deeper conversation with you, but now I'm going to put the book down so I can, and then I'll pick it up. We got to keep on flashing this to you because this is what God gave to you, your blessing. And from this blessing, just imagine all other blessings. But if you deny God's blessing, just ask yourself, if you were to buy a present or give a present to someone that you like, love, or care for, and they reject it, how would you feel? All right. Well, just think how God feels. He sit down, a blessing to you, and you reject it. I had some saying, no thanks, I don't need it. Thanks, you don't need it. Then I had another one saying, I don't know you. I-O-N. What type of stuff is that? Nobody want to hear all that back in a plantation talk. See? That Ebonics. Forget about all that. Dr. Robert Williams, peace be upon him, he knew that black people want the new language or want the language of their own. He knew that. The best he could do for you is to give you an Ebonics, something that you was already speaking. But it is a form of English, which is English, but at its worst point, it is like you just coming out of slavery and you just learning the English language. I'm not here to make friends or talk to you real sweet like that. I'm just giving you facts and point blank that you can see. You see? All right, I'm going to put this down. Matter of fact, I'm going to read just a passage to you, but you can find this when you go and buy your book on Amazon.com. You see? Now, a lot of you got the description, because I sent a lot of emails out, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, Instagrams out, all type of stuff. Now, I'm deciding to make a video to bring it to y'all. You see? Because y'all did say from the 1960s all the way to 1990s that y'all want your own language. And how our language was taken from us. And we should start educating our own self. Y'all say that. Check this out. This is what the I Man I Ship wrote according to what God gave him. Beloved people, here is a divine note. This book is the first of its kind regarding the celestial language. Otis White, known as the I Man I Ship, to those who are near and dear to him, has known for quite some time that the black population in America has searched and wondered what it would be like to have a language of their own. This is commonly known and proven by Dr. Robert Williams, a professor at Washington University in St. Louis and a prominent figure in the history of African American psychology. He is also well known as a studious critic of racial/cultural bias and IQ testing, as well as coining the word Ebonics in 1973. See? And developing the Black Intelligence Test of Cultural Homogeneity. He has also written 60 professional articles along with several books. Ebonics has been established as a broken down form of English language, which disqualified Ebonics from being an independent language which the African American speaks. This left them without something of their own. I mean, I should feel it is through language that we find ourselves, we define ourselves, we think of ourselves, we express ourselves, and we realize ourselves. After reading the article of the last or third incarnation that Ebonics was raised by the school board on December the 21st, 1996 in Oakland, California, the IMNI ship, Otis White, said to himself, "This will mark the end of the discussion and opinions concerning the Ebonic language. Now it is time to create a language of our own and to see the divine mental effects that it will have on the black population in America." On May the 25th, 2015, the Lord of Hosts has, by divine inspiration, given to the IMNI ship a new language for a new black man in America. It teaches the alphabets and phonics sounds in simple, easy steps by comparing the English alphabets and phonics with the new or now known Celestian alphabet. As a black man in America, I have taught my family and friends. I've been teaching for many years now and found it to be very conducive to every black or ebony African American. Now, this was granted to you by God. Inspired this man with thought, ideals, and thinking to create something for you. Now, I can't tell you the sacrifice that this man had to make, nor the sacrifice that other people, made on your behalf just for this book to be printed. And trust me when I say this, they didn't want this book to be printed. They didn't want it. Matter of fact, when I went to Amazon.com to get the book, I couldn't even find it. They hidden it. I complained and then they put it back up. See, they know that within this book is power. And this is a small book. It don't have to be a lot of words, a lot of pages to have power. Power, is granted through the divine blessings of God. It is granted through, the thought, ideals, and thinking. You see what I'm saying? Of the personal ship of your nature. You see? The IMNI ship. See? I'm your host here. See? Administrator White. See? I'm not claiming to be your teacher. Anything. We're going to have many sessions. Yeah, we're going to have many sessions. You see? But what I like for y'all to do is like this, subscribe, and share this. And let's get this to 100,000. Now, I know 100,000 is a lot to ask, but I have a purpose of asking that because I do know once we get 1,000 and more so, the system will kick in and start creating all types of things for us. Why? Because it's economic and political. Simply economic and political. See? There's a new thought, ideals, and thinking. A new people upon the face of the earth. A people that they didn't create. See, they created our people once they took us from our original state. Then start creating us to be what they want us to be, and we were that. And when we started waking up from that, then they put you back to sleep and make you disown anything that you can love about yourself or want for yourself for as your own. Now you want a lot of things that he has, and some of you say God bless you with the things that he has, but God bless him and he gave it to you. God didn't give you that. God is giving you your own. God wants to make you, independent thought, an independent reality. I know there exists in this universal spectrum of light a spark that is capable of expanding and contracting for assimilation capable of human concept in projection, an intelligent thought concept in transmission, with mental and ocular injection, and mass dimension to cause an effect on our life process. And I give praise to that cause, that effect. God is great to me. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual by nature, but not religion. So I don't invite anybody to any religion, but educational, you know what I'm saying, me findings is what I, you know what I'm saying, me want to project to you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's right. I'm serious about mine. See, I smile, but you know, Capricorn, we rarely smile. We just be serious about what we're talking about, because what we're talking about is a reality. That's what we love. You see, and this is for you. And check this out. Here say a new language or a new pattern system, a new numerical pattern system for a new black man in America. That's coming soon. Yeah, I got the, yeah. Hey, I get it firsthand. I get it firsthand. See, because I know the man, and I frequently visit with him. I know the man. See, yes, I know what he's working on. Yep, I'm telling you. See, he's working on a new numerical pattern system for a new black man in America. Not only your own language, but every civilized language got to have a civilized number system. And it's like no other number that I've seen on earth. Just like your language. There was nothing like this. See, this is a workbook, y'all. This is a workbook. See, I don't know if y'all can see it good, but I'm just trying to hold it up. Matter of fact, let me turn this on. That's what I should have done. Ooh, that's a little too bright for me. No, let on. Put that on you. See, it's a workbook. It's not a religious book. It's basic. But you got to have a foundation. You can't, listen, there's a lot of people that project in their language, selling their language. You can go to this and buy this for this language and go buy this for this language, and they'll talk to you and tell you to say this and say that in their language and tell you probably what it means. You see? But it's not your language, and it's not something that you're learning from basics. See, only when you learn or get the basics of things, you become the master of what you do. See, you can't become master of just, hey, say this word, and this is what this means. You just parroting, you know, parrot, just parring. You know, he say this and he say that, and you just say it also. But God wants you to have your own, master your own. This is your language. See? We're going to get into the pronunciation, the proper pronunciation of your language also. But we're just introducing this to you. After the introduction, we're going to get inside the workbook and work it. See? You got to know the proper pronunciation. See, I can speak Celestian fluently. I can speak the new black man language fluently. You know what I'm saying, me? But I am going to work with you all so that you all can speak fluently, so then we can have a conversation. See? We'll be able to communicate with each other in our own language. Having something of our own is a beautiful blessing. It is just a beautiful blessing. Something of your own. No man can give you or gave to you. See? If he can make you, he can break you. Because he made you. Once God give it to you, can nobody take it away? Nobody. Only God can. See? And who God chooses to use to do it to you like it's been done before. See? Your test has been brought to you. And you went 400 plus years. Now, God is blessing you for going through this, as he has made the promise to our forefathers and foremothers. He said he was going to come back and do this. And this is what's going on. See? You can go back in history and say, You the real Egyptian? Or any of all the people that was taken from the northern, you know what I'm saying, hemisphere of so-called Africa? You can go and say they are the people of Israel, the real people of Israel that was taken from there. But you can't speak it. There's no educational function for it. There's nothing for it. It don't do you any good to talk about or to go back there just to say that. Now if you go back there and find out that, yeah, you brought here, now you found out that, yeah, you brought from there, you know what I'm saying, yeah, all that's good, and what you had, and, you know, build your ego up and your pride up, you know what I mean? Yeah, all that's good. But as far as, you know what I'm saying, it's going to create something, do something for you? Nope. Other people got your language. Other people got the blessing that was given to you. And some of you saying that you don't even want the blessing today. So I'm just asking, which of the blessing of God would you deny? When God come back and give you yours, why do you deny it? It's there. Do not let other people pick it up and get the blessing. You see the Egyptians and all the people from the northern hemisphere of Africa, they got your blessing because you didn't want it. See the people, they say they the Jews over there in Israel, they got your blessing. See, you didn't want it. See, are you going to let other people get your blessing now? Because you're saying you don't want it? Are you going to keep letting your children, having children, letting your children grow up to speak this man's thought and mind? You going to let them keep speaking this man's mind and thought? Well, how are you going to do this? I'm just asking. See, I don't care about the history part. I don't care nothing about all that. I'm talking about right now. The metamorphosis of you being who you are now, your true nature. Open up the book and read it. It ain't going to hurt you. Go on Amazon. Pay $8.60 to get this book. Amazon.com. You know Amazon. See? Pick up your mind. Get your mind. Get your nature back. That's what we're saying. I'm going to get ready to end this, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we got other discussions that we're going to be talking about. And just be ready for it. You know what I mean? Because I'm becoming hard non-stop. See? And I'm not going to be, what I want to be talking about this now, I am when you're talking about history, I'm a historian buff. I know history. I know who is who, where everybody came from. And I'm talking about you blacks. I know that there's 3 different major blacks in this country. And only 2 come from the same continent, 1 come from another one. Historically been proven. We can prove that. See? I know this. I know who created who, how it was created. You know what I'm saying? I know these things. I can prove these things. But I'm only going to go off into all that only if you ask. But my purpose is this book here, The Blessing of God. We keep calling it the blessing of God because it is our language. Ask people that's in their 50s on up. Ask black people that was in their 50s on up about how they always talk with each other about having their own language. I just showed you what Dr. Robert Williams, see, he coined the word ebonics. He tried to give you something, even though it's still English, just bad English. I don't know you. I-O-N. What the? I'm not going to say that word. That word cannot take me up on a higher plane. It just can keep me on the streets. See? That's nothing that I want to relish in. See? I don't want to go back into slavery speaking. See? That's slave talk. See? Slave couldn't speak English because his language was taken from him, so he did the best he could with the man's English. See? And I'm not going to represent that because I ain't that. See? I'm not a creation of his. I'm not that. Alright? So, Education Nation, I'm going to say peace and love to you. Because this is our salutations to you. And make sure that you pick this book up, A New Language for a New Black Man in America, the Celestial and Ithaca, an educational workbook by the Iman Aiship Iman Nara. And I'm your host, Administer White. And let's get this to 1,000. Let's see, can we get this to 1,000? Let's flood these people's mind, you know what I'm saying, in the ears, you know what I'm saying, with our language now. Let's show them that we don't need to ask them for nothing no more because, we're made to be independent now. See? Here's the book, Living Colors. See? The proof is in the pie. It's right here. See? No more of all that. See? And trust me, there's greater blessing than this is coming to you. There's greater blessing than this is coming to you. I know. I know. See? I have first-hand knowledge. You're not going to see the I ship. Well, I ain't going to say you're not going to see him because you're going to be able to see him. You see, you're going to be able to see him. But in his own choosing in time. Right now, you're going to get his twin at Mr. White. You know what I'm saying, me? You're just getting his twin. And his twin is letting you know what I'm saying, me, what's coming. That's greater blessing. I'm talking about from your language, you know what I'm saying, to culture, you know what I'm saying, me, to foods, you know what I'm saying, to decorations. I'm talking about everything to make you independent. Even your anthem. Trust me when I say this, there's an anthem for black people. An anthem. I don't know what to say. It's a whole new concept. Just think of a concept as a big old giant bubble. And all these little bubbles inside this big old giant bubble. All these different little small thoughts, ideas, and concepts within this big old concept. That's what you got. And it's being revealed to you in the time of now is. Our day, our time. In God. Alright now, Education Nation. I'm going to say peace and love to y'all. Yeah, that's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Peace, because I see you. I see you. Peace and love to y'all. And we'll get this to 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Me share, like. And make sure when you share and like it, make sure that, you know what I'm saying, me, you leave comments at the bottom. You see? Okay, so, and let everybody know. You see? Subscribe, and we'll be on our way. All right, peace and love.